Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Listen, man, everybody needs to hold their horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to do this video, no emotion, just dealing with the facts, right? Listen, I have a way I feel about the whole Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia big drama show, right? But let's not get it. Let's not get it twisted. When it comes to Devin Haney, doesn't matter what he said and done, what his father said and done. Doesn't matter about their antics over the last few years. Doesn't matter if you think Devin Haney's the face of boxing or not. His dad is he is, for the most part, Devin's promoter. His dad is responsible to promote and help grow his son's profile, right? The way he's gone about it and all that, we're all going to have a way we feel about it. Some agree and support him, and they have those of us out here who like, nah, they go overboard. Some people, when it comes to the religion and the things they say, they support that, but then they come now and then they want to, cuss and carry on. And people say, well, hey, man, how can you say this in one breath, then come back in the next sentence and be cussing and carrying on? So forget all of that, right? When it comes to Devin Haney saying that he wants to thank the commission and the fans who stood by him during the whole process, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, because obviously at the end of the day, we're dealing with human beings here. And he isn't sure, right? He isn't sure if he got in that ring with Ryan Garcia. Devin isn't sure if that playing field was level. Devin understands that there was something in Ryan's system. And he also understands, from what it looks like, it could be little to nothing, maybe it was contamination. But then there's the other extreme where he's like, well, hold on a second. Maybe he was really, taking something and there were significant amounts, and then there's microdosing, and then there's masking agents, and et cetera, et cetera. But this is a problem. He doesn't know. And that's what makes this a very difficult time for Devin Haney and his team. Now, remember, I'm not defending Devin. I'm not defending Ryan. I have a way I feel about the whole thing. I do. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about the facts. Devin really, he's in a position where it's got to suck for him. Because I truly believe the fact that Ryan Garcia had that Austrian in the system, right? And the fact that Devin Haney and Ryan has fought 6 times in the amateurs and it was 3-3. I truly believe, going off what Devin said, he felt like going into the fight with Ryan Garcia that it would be competitive. But he didn't feel that, like wow, I would get, dominated like that. Well, especially when Ryan chose to let his hands go. Now, when Ryan wasn't really letting his hands go, Devin was able to box. And I want to point out that people need to acknowledge that when Devin was having success, he was letting his hands go, but Ryan was not. But when Ryan let his hands go, Devin crumbled. Because every time Ryan hit him, he hurt him. But going forward, how can you be mad at Devin Haney when he says the facts are the facts? He's not lying. The facts are Ryan did have Austrian in the system. Don't worry about the levels. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about, well, he all the way up to the fight and he didn't test positive for nothing. He tested clean and all of a sudden this stuff shows up in his system. Forget all that. Forget the fact that Ryan had the blood test done or whatever, and they didn't test positive for weed, didn't test positive for anything. Forget about that. Let's forget about third-party testing and Ryan Garcia having a hair follicle test and Ryan Garcia having supplements tested and everything coming back clean and something coming back contaminated. Forget about all that. What we know is that Ryan Garcia was on Austrian. Now, where Devin says, I wasn't on an even playing field. he has every right to feel that way. He does. Because he doesn't know. You know you're fighting somebody who has something in their system, but you don't really know. And the New York State Athletic Commission, I said it in another video and during the live, and I'm probably going to keep trumpeting this. They dropped the ball because they didn't want to put teeth on the opinions, teeth on the speculations, teeth on the assumptions, right? They've left Devin Haney in a holding pattern, and the same has kind of been done to Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia truly, right, this is if he truly didn't intentionally take something, and he's sitting here now with his head spinning saying, damn, how is all this happening to me? But what I will say is, Devin should be happy because there is some sort of justice that's happened for him. You know, the fight's turned to a no contest. Ryan Garcia, you know, he gets the fine, and then he can't fight for a year, right? Devin's saying it's all part of my story, and it's only going to make me better. Hey, that's how he feels, right? I look to enjoy this time with my family and friends and see what's next. I'm a clean athlete, and boxing is a brutal sport where one fight can literally change your life. Now, when he says that, I think everybody agrees. Even Ryan Garcia has to agree. Devin's a clean athlete. Now, Regis Prograis has an opinion on that. He says Devin Haney, when it comes to cheating, that Devin Haney, it's only an issue when it applies to Devin Haney. Now, remember, Regis Prograis is out here right now because Regis can't accept the fact that Devin beat him. Look, people, Devin beat Regis Prograis. The writing was on the wall that Regis Prograis was going to lose. Once we saw Zorrilla put the bing bings on Regis Prograis, you knew Devin Haney was going to get in there and pretty much do the same thing. And that's why his dad and Devin were so excited about fighting him. But they did call out Regis before they saw the fight because stylistically they knew Devin had the advantages over Regis. Taller, longer boxer. Regis shorter, very short arms. Powerful guy, compact guy. But with Devin being able to fight the first second of the first round to the last second of the last round, boxing and moving, they knew Regis couldn't handle that. Then it was just confirmation that their belief was true when they saw Zorrilla put the bing bings on him. That being said, he feels he's a clean athlete. It's a brutal sport. It could change his life. And he says it's important for fighters to be clean, and he wants to become an advocate for clean athletes from my experience in this situation. Hey, he should. Nobody should be mad at him for that. It's not his fault. I mean, of course, we were talking before, had fun with the subject. Victor Conti, the secret society, they want Ryan Garcia, trying to make sense of everything, because it just makes you wonder when you look at guys like Victor Conti and his relationship with the Haneys and the whole VADA thing and the testing. It's only natural that people would stop and wonder. You know what I'm saying? Because there seemed to be some conflict of interest there. But at the end of the day, what happened, happened. The decision that made was the decision that's made. And I personally don't think the decision that was made was anything harsh. I think it's basically what would have happened anyway, aside from the $1 million fine with Ryan Garcia. I think with all the shenanigans he has going on, he would have been out the ring for a year anyway. Maybe 8 months or so, but close to a year. So Ryan Garcia doesn't really lose anything. With Devin Haney, I mean, to me, Devin Haney is the one who's going to suffer the most because he got the hell beat out of him, right? He now, as far as his image, has been compromised. As far as if there was a bit of hesitation from fighters fighting him, that's gone out the window now. As far as we got to see how he stands up in his next fight. If he gets hit clean, can he stand up to those shots? Because Ryan Garcia, again, when the fighter gets beat like that, it puts years on him. So, and then for the fact that he's talking about staying out of the ring for a year, that inactivity is just not going to help him. I mean, this man's not Earl Spence. He ain't Floyd Mayweather. He's not some of these guys who can be out the ring for an extended period of time or come back from a violent car accident and get in the ring with an elite athlete and dominate. Like, that's just not Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney, especially at that 140-pound division, needs to be very careful of what he's doing. Very careful of what he's doing. Okay, because he may have gotten a win, a quote-unquote win, with this case with the New York State Athletic Commissioner, Ryan Garcia, right? He may have gotten a quote-unquote win, but he will no doubt take a loss if he's not smart about who his next opponent is. I already see people out here saying, he'll beat Matias, he'll beat this guy, that guy. Look, man, Devin Haney, if he gets touched, he's in trouble, you know, and that's just what it is. But time will tell. But the fact is this, Ryan had something in his system. And Devin Haney has every right to feel the way he feels. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And so many people, we keep talking about Devin Haney and his image, Ryan Garcia's image. His image is, he's looking crazy right now. And do I think there's a double standard? I do think there's a bit of a double standard, but not because of race. But I do think there's a bit of a double standard. And I do think if Devin Haney was a guy who had tested positive and was acting the way Ryan Garcia is acting, I think there'd be more of an outcry and people not wanting to support him, especially talking about the children and the babies and rape and this shit about Ryan Garcia. That I don't know. That video that Ryan Garcia did, I think, was fake of him being kidnapped. You know, I think it's all bullshit. But if Devin Haney was doing that, I think I think he'd be received differently when it comes to that. And I think the reason for that is I think because Ryan Garcia has a huge profile. People don't take Ryan Garcia that serious anyway. I think Devin Haney is taken more serious than Ryan. And as a result, people are just kind of like, oh, that's just Ryan being Ryan, or that's just the social media guy. With Devin Haney, he's not like that. So if he started acting erratic and doing things, people would be like, what's wrong with this guy? He ain't a content creator. Well, I mean, there's got to be something going on here. The fact that Ryan has a pattern of behavior when it comes to buffoonery, I think that's why he's not taken as serious, and that's why the perception is he's receiving a pass. But hey, some people think it boils down to the race. You know, I don't know if I'm really willing to say that. But then again, we all have different experience levels, and some people, it's the first thing they want to jump at. Me, I'm not. That's the last thing that I like to say is the issue for someone either getting something or not getting something. I like to exhaust every other answer before I start looking at that, and I'll always be that way. But that being said, Devin's right, man. All these boxing athletes should be clean. Boxing is a dangerous sport. But what we see happening here with Devin and Ryan and the outcome and the future of these two is the secret society in full effect. Period. That's all it is, man. So we'll see what happens, man. But Devin Haney releases a statement. Ryan Garcia is out here going crazy. And boxing fans are losing their noodles right now. But for Hood Champion, I'm about to go for a walk. And maybe I'll go live and we'll talk more about it. Bottom line is, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. The fact is, there was something in Ryan's system. Devin and Ryan, in my opinion, the New York State Athletic Commission failed them because all they had to do was just put a little more effort and energy into really trying to determine if it was done intentionally, and also, when we look at the levels, at least come out with a statement and say, hey, the levels, based on our own findings and investigation, did enhance Ryan Garcia's performance in the ring, or did not enhance. I think with all the other stuff being talked about, I think that's the question that most people want to know. Did it help him? Okay, did it help him? And it looks like as of right now, we will never know. It'll always be that conversation, and people will have opinions and they'll take sides. In the breeze.